What if you woke up one morning with the secret to talk to cloud? Imagine you are standing on a grassy hill under a sky that looks like a painter's canvas. You raise your hand and whisper, "Cloud, will you give me rain today?" The cloud drifts closer, a big fluffy messenger from far above, and disappears. Moments later, soft raindrops begin to fall. You smile, because in this world, you have the power to turn mysteries of the sky into personal friends. If clouds could speak, they would tell you tales of warm air rising from the ocean and carrying tiny water droplets up until they gather like silver pillows in the sky. These droplets grow heavy, and gravity wins the tug of war. Down comes the rain. You've just heard the secret language of condensation and precipitation, usually taught in thick textbooks. But here, it feels like a whispered story between old friends. Now, if the wind were your partner, you could feel every gust as a gentle handshake from one side of the earth to the other. When air pressure is high in one place and low in another, the wind rushes to say hello. Sometimes it whistles through the trees, other times it roars across open plains. You lean into the breeze, and suddenly, you understand how people once hoisted windmills to grind grain and sailboats to cross oceans. You're not just learning about pressure and motion, you're tasting history. Picture yourself in a small weather station at dawn. If you had a radar, you could watch a storm forming hundreds of miles away, like watching a spider weave its web. You see bands of green and yellow swirling, growing darker by the minute. You track the storm's path, alerting farmers and families. When a storm finally breaks, you feel the rush of saving lives and crops. Isn't that thrilling? Meteorology becomes your superpower. Next, imagine if you build a cloud in a glass jar. You pour warm water into a clear container, then drop in a pinch of smoke or dust. A swirl of vapor fogs the glass. You just made a tiny cumulus cloud. In real labs, scientists do the same with fancy equipment to learn how pollutants affect our sky. With this simple jar, you are already part of a grand scientific adventure. Every question you ask, why do tornadoes spin? How do satellites peek through cloud? What makes lightning crackle? Opens a new door. Meteorology isn't just about maps and numbers. It's a living story of Earth. Air, water, and energy all dancing together above our heads. So, what if you step into this world today? Grab a notebook, watch the sky at sunset, follow a weather app, or build that jar cloud. Each step is a new chapter in your own skybound journey. The next time a breeze brushes your cheek or a raindrop splashes your hand, remember, you're closer than ever to understanding the whispers of the world above.